Hello guys, welcome back to this Node.js tutorial. Okay, so I did I did change some of the code like right here. Remember we had a message which was saying welcome to Node.js. So what I just did was redirect the user when they go to the home page to /users. So if we go ahead and click and type npm start in the terminal, you're gonna see the log right here. This is the log. This is the same log from right there. So if we go to localhost 3001, we should be able to redirect to the users page. So let's check that out in the browser. So just type localhost 3001. You can see. So as you can see, you're getting redirected to the users page. And even the URL right here, you're able to see the /users right there. So in our last slide, we were trying to display the list of users, and also when we have a list of users, we were trying to display a message to the user. That way they can see that we don't have a list of users. So to achieve this, we were using the if statement. And if we go to the VS Code real quick and then open our user controller, you can see we were passing the user data right there to this variable, the users, and then this is being passed to the uh, this template. The name of the template, the EJS template, is the user. So if we go inside our views folder, you're able to see the user.ejs. So so these are being passed into the template. So for right now, let's go ahead and uh, remove this user data and then just set this users uh, variable into an empty array. So right now our users are as an empty array. So if we go to the views folder on the user.ejs, you can see we had a logic which was checking if we have a list of users. So what I also added was this check right there. So if the users dot length is greater than 0, meaning that if our user array right there has items in there, so meaning it's not empty. So if it's not empty, we were rendering the list of users. So right now we are expecting to see this other part of the code, because this condition is now being met. So if we go back to the browser and then just reload, you're gonna see no list of users. So our app is working correctly. So that's how you can play around with your code and render certain items that you want to render on the browser. So and it's always good to give a message like this. That way maybe a user knows that right now there's no list of users, or maybe there's a list of users. So next, as you can see, we haven't added any styling into this application. It's just an H1 in there with the paragraphs. So in Node.js application, normally when you're adding things like CSS, JavaScript, or images, you have to serve this file in a static way. So if we go to the browser and then just search serve static files, you're gonna see, right, let's click on the first link. So you're gonna see to serve static files like images, CSS, and JavaScript, use the express.static, which is a built-in middleware. So this is the syntax right there, and it's app.use and then express.static, and right here is the name of the folder where you are serving these files from. So to do this in our application, because we want to start adding the styles in there, we have to create a new folder in the root folder, and then we can name this public, and just like that. Okay, and then inside the public, because it's the CSS, we need to add another folder and we can name this folder CSS, and then inside the CSS we can just add a file, and this file you can name it any name. We can name it index.css as long as the end part is CSS. So if you guys remember, if you've done an HTML or a CSS project, normally you have to add the link tag inside the head of your HTML. So in our case, we are trying to add styling to this page right there. So we need to add the link tag right there. You can add it beneath the title. So just go ahead and type link, and then you can click the faster right there. Now the href is where we're going to add the source of the CSS file. In our case, it's inside the public folder inside the CSS, and then the name of the file is index.css. So to do that, just normally, because we are inside the views folder, we have to step out of the views folder with the two dots, and then go inside the public. Inside the public, go inside the CSS, and then the index.css file. So our file right now, the index.css file is empty. So to see if this file is being attached to the HTML, just add a background color in there, and you can even just say background color. Just give it any color, even let's give it a blue color. So normally at this point, the HTML has been linked with the CSS file with this link right here, because these are real with the style, with the attribute of style sheet. So we are expecting now that the background has changed to color blue. So let's go and refresh. As you can see, there is no change right now, and that's because we haven't saved these files in a static way. So let's go ahead and copy this part of our code, and then go back to the VS Code real quick, and then now we need to add this code right beneath the body parser. So just go ahead and paste it in there, and then now let's go back and reload the page, because that's what the documentation recommended, right? So let's wait for node mode to reload the server. Now the server has reloaded. Okay, so let's switch back to the browser and reload, and there you go. So as you can see, the background has changed to a color blue. So that means now the HTML and the CSS has linked together. So from there, I would like now to start adding more styles to this page, because as you can see, we just added the color blue, and also I would like to add a navigation in our page. That way a user can click on the maybe add user and be able to go to that page. So right now, if you go to, right now we're using the URL to navigate around. So let me add, maybe let me go to add users. So as you can see, I'm being navigated to this page. So I would like us to add more HTML in there, and then also add some more styling. So we're gonna add the navigation, and then style our paragraphs, and also the H1. So let's go back to VS real quick, and then just add the data back to the controller. So for right here, just remove the empty array, and then just the user data. So the user data is we've added back to the code, and if you reload the application, you can see we're getting back our list of users. So I'll see you guys on the next slide.